But I have I'm reading this book again, so it's supposed to end in March. But I haven't told my client. But what I sense, see, my father also left his body after an accident in the Second World War when he was unloading a ship. A cable broke and wrapped itself around his chest. He was 18 years old, and they brought him down into the hole.
Your father was 18 years old at the time.
Second World War, and they were waiting for the medical people to come. But he left his body. He was inside the hold of the ship, in a pod.
Yeah.
And he was up high, looking down. He could hear everything they were saying. But he also was aware of this kind of desire to go. This sort of this thing was pulling.
Okay.
But he came back, and he was young and strong, and he came back into his body. It wasn't his time to go. But he raised us with these stories because he did twice. He died. He had a complication from this injury when he was in his 30s. So he died at that point too on the operating table. So we were raised with this understanding that we weren't this body-mind complex.
Does this have an impact on your interest in Hinduism?
I think from 12 years old I started searching outside of Christianity because I wasn't getting this information within the Christian way of delivering the messages.
When did you start getting involved with Hindu philosophy and religion?
Oh, it's all mixed up. I started probably in my late 20s. I got into Buddhism, came to Cambodia in Kandy. In Sri Lanka, studied Vipassana intensely there, but only for a short time, a month.
And what was your experience over there?
That was Vipassana meditation brings the mind to very strong quiet. And I was after 3 to 4 weeks of intense meditation, 3 in the morning till 9 at night, with 2 meal breaks. My mind was extremely quiet. And I wanted to hold on to that when I knew I had to leave the ashram, or the monastery. And I had a teacher in the afternoons for half an hour. The men and women are separated, and we get a teacher to come in a half an hour in the day to see where we're at, to coach us. But I had to leave before he got very deep into the Buddhist psychology.
And when during meditation you say your mind becomes very calm, incredibly
tranquil,
and do your other perceptions or extrasensory perceptions increase?
Everything becomes very you become so attentive, so alert, so mindful. I could observe a little spider, and I could see every little part of him, and when he jumped, everything was so bright and vivid. I didn't want to lose it, but see, here in Vedanta they say that's all well and good. These experiences are very good, but they leave. They don't stay with you. The only thing that stays with you is the knowledge that you are not the body-mind complex. You are Brahman itself. You are pure consciousness itself. That is the thing that will stay with you. Knowledge stays, experiences go.
Yeah, that's what I've been told yesterday by one of the Swamis in Sivananda Ashram. That even Buddhists say the same thing. I was in a Buddhist monastery 2 days back. That you let the experiences go, and whatever lessons you learn, you hold on to the lessons rather than the experience itself.
Well, I'd studied Tibetan Buddhism also for many years, along with the Course of Miracles, which I love that book. It's Vedanta for the West, the Course of Miracles. In fact, it's an amazing teaching tool. But it's because I came here and I get into a period of intensive study, and I leave the distractions of the world. And because I came with so much, I'm able to really get integrated into this, where now I can see when my thoughts are interfering and pulling me back into this idea that I'm the body-mind consciousness. And I can drop them. It's not real, that's not me. I know it for real, I know it's not me. Like you with the light. The sense of merging with the light is an experience, but it gives you an idea that your spiritual being is light. And it's not separate from any other thing in this planet. Nothing. There's no separation with you and any of us or anything. Or me. We're one.
Yes.
On that level, the adhishtanam, the grounder being, is one.
I understand that.
Everything else is the play of Maya. This dualistic universe. All of the duality that we spend our lives in, me and all else. Separate from me. This is the problem.
It's a kind of illusion.
We can, once we get the jnanam, the knowledge that we are not separate from anything, we can play in the Maya with full consciousness.
And see, we are born with this clean slate, right? And where the Maya comes in when we are growing up.
There's many unanswerable questions. Maya is the great magician, the great trickster. She is the greatest of all magicians. She can convince us, the pure consciousness itself, she can cover that understanding through our intellect. She can cover it. I use she because they usually say Maya is a feminine energy, but Maya is just this idea that this is all separate from me and I'm affected by it.
See, one thing I have a little problem understanding is that the way I look at it is our mind, is sum total of the thoughts produced by the brain, right? And even whatever we think about consciousness or Maya or whatever concepts we come up with, they have to be related with mind because it's our thoughts. And on the other side,
it's all mind.
And the other side, I'm told that mind is the barrier between superior level of consciousness and
ignorance is the barrier. Mind is only uninformed. Once it's informed, it gains the understanding. It is not a barrier any longer. It is a helpful. It needs to become informed only. The ignorance is the problem.
Okay, that makes a lot of...
The ignorance that
you clarified my point. Go ahead.
We can't know our true intrinsic nature, which is pure happiness itself.
Yes.
Always satisfied, always pure, always whole, never judging.
Yeah.
We can't know that except through this mind.
Yes, that was my point all this time, and I've been told by a lot of people that mind is the hindrance.
So get rid of the mind, chuck the mind. This is the problem.
That's what I've been told, and I didn't agree with that.
Without the mind, you're in deep sleep.
Yes.
And how can you know you are God itself when you're sound asleep?
That's a mind too. Like if we perceive God or perception, we make up some idea about God. We all have a different idea, but it's all our mind.
Yeah, but in Vedanta they say we can't know God because we are the very knower itself. We are the very experiencer itself.
Yes.
We are that which knows and which experiences all of this. How can the camera see its own lens? How can the eyes see its own eyes?
Own self. Yeah, like we can see ourselves.
Of all of it.
Yeah.
Right. We can see ourselves through the reflections of
others.
Only.
Yes.
And the more established we get in this understanding that we are not the body-mind consciousness, we are the pure self, unseparate from everything else, then we live our lives from that place. The fear becomes nothing. There's no fear left. There's no
that's another thing.
Worry about the future or the past.
Best, yeah.
It's just now, unfolding now, and in great tranquility.
And how could somebody be in that state of now?
By understanding that, well, first of all, we have to clear a lot of emotional obstacles before we can gain this understanding. The emotional obstacles come up. And for most of us, we don't even know they're obstacles. But as I was saying to Mel last night, you can discover your emotional obstacles very quickly. If I say something rude to you, how are you going to react? You're going to feel
violated.
yeah. There you are. You're identified with your body, mind, consciousness as long as you keep reacting to all of the stimuli that the world apparently is throwing at you.
Okay.
When we start to own our problems, own the fact that I'm a victim of the world, I believe that I'm a victim of our world, it's a little exercise. You start to see that this is your life unfolding, but in fact, you are a bundle of programs coming from when you were born. Our mind is full of programs.
Yes, they are.
So
I agree with this.
This plus this equals this. This
Yes.
is the rule, the order. There's nothing out of order. You react that way because of your program.
Programs, yes.
So when we start accepting the fact that I can't take this, I'm taking this person's words personally because I tend to see myself that way. I don't see myself as whole and complete. If I see myself as whole and complete, I'm not going to react to that. It's not going to touch me. Why would it touch me? I don't believe it. As long as I believe that, I'm going to react. So then you start to practice. You see, oh, this is a program that got triggered. Oh, okay. Let it go. Just be okay with it. Allow it to run, but just watch it.
Okay.
Step back. You don't suppress it. Don't deny it. Best not deny it. Denial is a big problem here. You just allow it to be there in silent witnessing of it. You take a step out of there. This is a program. I'm reacting because it got triggered a program. The idea that I am separate, that I suck, this is why I'm reacting. It's not true. I'm not separate and I don't suck. Right? Slowly, slowly, step by step, we take this journey. It's not quick. We are filled with programs. We run towards, we run away from. Our whole life. And even when we find ourselves rising because somebody just brought us a beautiful gift. This is again. This is duality.
Yeah.
I like, I don't like. I want, I don't want. It's a constant thing with us, and it's keeping us removed from this understanding. The yanam, the knowledge, in Sanskrit yanam, atma yanam, brahma yanam, it cannot take hold until you clear out your obstacles. Once your obstacles are gone, you got it. You don't do anything to get atma yanam.
Okay.
You just observe where you can't get Atmanyanam. It is there all the time. You observe yourself in your life moment by moment. Become the sakshi, the witness consciousness. All the time you observe your words, your actions. What am I trying to get? What am I trying to run away from? Slowly, 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 step by step. It's a process. It's not fast. It doesn't happen immediately. It can't. Because it took a long time to get the brain wired like this.
The other thing I keep on pondering over is like people like you. They have devoted a lot of their time or life into studying or getting into that state of mind, upper state of mind. But if a person like me who is involved with this world, for me, I meditate sometimes, I get into that state temporarily.
Yeah.
But when I have to come down to the worldly level and deal with my own surroundings, then I come back to my old nature.
Yeah, okay.
It's so hard to balance it.
Yeah.
It's okay for these rishis
Yeah.
or sadhus because they only live in that state, one frame of mind. I think it's a lot easier to stay in that state of mind than a person who's leading a worldly life and he wants to be in that state too.
Well, when a person is ready and they have enough humility, they can live in the world with the knowledge that has been given to them, with the understanding. They can do the practice in their life because Your life, your world is your classroom.
See what happened to me day before yesterday. Day before yesterday, I was in Haridwar, and we asked a tuk-tuk guy to take us like 3 kilometers from where we were. Generally, they charge 10 rupees up and down. And Mel was with me, and he asked me 200 rupees for the run. And I don't know, I was in a very good state of mind and all that. And all of a sudden, it infuriated me.
Yeah.
And I yelled at him.
Yeah.
And though later on, when I came home at night time, I was sleeping, and I started pondering over, why did I do it to him? But I don't know what to do in that situation.
Well, here again, we talk in Vedanta about Ishvara's order.
Uh-huh.
So everything has an order down to the tiniest particle. Nothing is out of order.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You did that. You were compelled to do that. Yes, it is a problem. That it's good that you own that.
Uh-huh.
But he also needed to hear this.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You know, Ishvara propelled you. If you're like a really clear, calm Swami, and you're aware of Ishvara's order all the time, and you yell at a rickshawwala, you know darn well it's the order telling that rickshawwala he's out of line. But being as you're not conscious of the fact that that there is Ishvara's order, you will tend to feel guilty. Once you see the order, you can do the play. You can yell at the guy who's mistreating the dog. You can play. You know you're the actor in the drama. You know that consciously. Before you know that you're the actor, you are the person who's yelling.
Okay.
You understand?
I got you.
So when you're in your life, you just maintain this consciousness, this witness state of mind, all the time observing yourself. Practice being the actor. Like they use here, Amitabh Bachchan.
Yeah.
When he plays the role of a beggar, he's playing the role of a beggar.
Yeah.
But he's really Amitabh Bachchan.
Yes. Yeah.
You're really Atma, Brahman, pure consciousness.
Okay.
You're playing the role of
I got you.
of this beautiful being who's been through hell physically and has a lot of questions. This is your role. But if you can get the Sakshi consciousness activated in your life, you can see always you can see yourself as the actor.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And you gave us a lot of words of wisdom. I guess I learned a lot more from you than I learned from any other sadhu or swami. Really.
It's true.
Really.
I can vouch for that.
Oh, you're sweet.
Definitely.